It's Saturday, August 3rd, 2024. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really do appreciate it. Please make sure to like, share, and subscribe. A few things I was just pondering this morning that I want to share with all of you. I was reading some articles, jotted down some notes here. But one thing I want to share with all of you, went to Winco last night to do some grocery shopping, my favorite grocery store, the biggest discounts. And that's where we shop, and stopped off at a Panda Express right over there in Indio, right next to the parking lot of the Winco, and just wanted to grab something to eat really quick. And they have a sign in the window, and I could not believe this. They are starting out at $21 to $25 per hour starting out. If you get into a management position, it was like $27 to $32 an hour. Unbelievable. This sign was right in the window. $21 to $25 an hour starting out to work at a Panda Express, to work at a fast food joint. Absolutely incredible. This is why we're paying more for food. I will say, Panda Express is not a bad restaurant. It's not my go-to, my favorite. It was convenient. It was right there, right next to the parking lot of the Winco. But their portions, in my opinion, have shrunk a bit. It's not the highest quality food. It's not the worst food, but it works in a pinch. But to see a sign in the window paying $21 to $25, this is right here in Indio, California, right in the Winco parking lot, I-10, right off the I-10. Unbelievable that you can work now at a fast food restaurant and make $25 an hour. Absolutely shocking. So we're going to be paying more for food. It's going to be very inflationary, while the food quality lessens, the portions get smaller, the service wasn't bad there. But a lot of these joints, it seems like people don't even want to be working there, even if they're making $20 or $25 an hour. A lot of times these places, you find that the quality of service is terrible. But I will say the service was good. Food was mediocre. But most places, food quality is worsened. Portions are smaller. Service is terrible. And we're paying more for this. Unbelievable. Shifting gears, CNBC. Warren Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway sold nearly half its stake in Apple. They were holding $84.2 billion in Apple shares. They sold half of that. Warren Buffett also sold $3.8 billion of Bank of America, as most of you know. And he did this in just 12 days. And I've got to ask all of you, what does Warren Buffett and Berkshire Hathaway know? Why are they selling this massive amount of stock so quickly? Here's another one. Warren Buffett raises Berkshire cash level to record $277 billion after slashing stock holdings. That on CNBC. What is going on? What do they need $277 billion for? I think we can probably all conclude that Warren Buffett, Berkshire Hathaway know that something's coming. I think they're preparing for a massive stock crash. I think they're preparing to capitalize and buy lots of things on sale. I think that they're going to buy lots of stocks on sale. They're probably going to buy real estate on sale. They are preparing for a collapse. And what do you do to prepare for a collapse? You get very, very liquid. You stockpile cash. You build up the war chest, and that's exactly what they're doing right now. The economiccollapse.com. Wall Street is starting to freak out about the horrendous state of the U.S. economy. I do apologize if you do hear a little bit of snoring. Nugget is taking a power nap. I guess some people said that they don't hear her. Why do I even mention it? I try to edit it out, but some people do hear it, so I'm going to mention it. So if you hear something, you know what it is. September rate cut right now looking to be 100%. Now, I was one of the people that said that we probably weren't going to see one this year. Well, that's all changed now when you look at what's happening now in the stock market Thursday and Friday. We'll see what happens Monday. If this continues, if we continue to see these type of losses in the markets, yes, I do believe you're gonna get a rate cut in September. But will it be enough? If they go 25 basis points, maybe they do 3 cuts this year at 25, maybe they do 1 at 50. Is this going to do anything? Is this going to change your life whatsoever? Is this going to improve the economy? I think it'll do actually the opposite. I think what it's going to do is bring in more inflation. Jerome Powell should have raised rates much higher than they were, but he didn't. And now he's probably going to be forced to cut, and in doing so, he's going to cause even more problems. But what are some of the problems that we're looking at right now? Well, the one we just got Thursday was the jobless claim number of 249,000, and I do believe, and where are we at now? 4.3% unemployment, that came out, so that's concerning. We know it's much higher than that, and I do believe that once we have a new president, we're going to begin to get the real data, the real numbers. Continuing claims jumped to 1.877 million, also very concerning. One of the biggest concerns I see, we just saw Intel laying off 15,000. It's going to be these massive layoffs. Massive layoffs. It's just beginning, ladies and gentlemen. It's been playing out for a while, but it is all going to accelerate. And we're beginning to see now things breaking down in this economy, really accelerating. Store closures. We're seeing more and more store closures, more restaurants closing. We're beginning to see an acceleration in this again. So prepare for some turbulent times. I think the markets, I don't know what's going to happen Monday. Who knows how they're going to try to prop it up, put a Band-Aid on it, but it's inevitable. The markets will crash at some point. Commercial real estate crashing, residential real estate crashing. Things are not selling. People are not buying. Here's another one from The Hedge. Cattle market rattled by recession risk as cash-strapped consumers pull back. We're hearing a lot about now the cash-strapped consumer. Just a week ago and prior, we were told how resilient and how strong the consumer is. Now it's cash-strapped, consumer broke, consumer in trouble, consumer drowning in debt, consumer worried, consumer not sleeping. All of a sudden, this narrative has now changed. Households have already been financially crushed by elevated inflation and high interest rates, and also high prices over the last few years. A weakening labor market and a downshifting economy are just icing on the cake as the consumer has depleted their personal savings and maxed out credit cards. Cattle futures are dropping as a falling stock market prompts worries that consumers will pull back from buying expensive beef. People are cutting stuff out like you cannot believe. You know, everybody's had to cut something out. People are taking maybe fewer days on the vacation. Maybe people have canceled the vacation. People are cutting out, instead of going out to dinner once a week, maybe they're doing it once every 2 weeks. Maybe they're doing it once a month. They're having to put stuff back on the shelves at the grocery store. They're cutting things out. They're forced now to make some serious choices of, you know, are they going to pay for this? Are they going to pay for that? Or are they going to pay the utility bill? You know, maybe they're not going to take a vacation because they're going to have a big air conditioning bill. They're going to, you know, maybe buy a less expensive car. Maybe they're going to make smarter choices in life and get into survival mode here. But everybody now is having to make serious choices here now, day to day. Maybe people are going to certain gas stations that are, you know, 10 or 15 cents less a gallon. They're shopping at more discount stores where they can save a couple bucks. I go to Winco. I find that the savings at Winco beats any grocery store in my area. It's a little farther away, but completely worth it. So everybody now is strategizing on how they can save a couple dollars here and there. And everybody's having to cut things out of their life. Maybe you know, you're not buying that $400 pair of Nikes this summer. I just read yesterday that tourism in Palm Springs is down. What a shock. So the city is seeing less tax revenue. People are not spending as much on the short-term rentals in Palm Springs. Not a big surprise. This is going to be happening across America. People are cutting stuff out. FTC launches investigation into grocers over high food prices. This is on Fox Business. I got to ask you: are the big grocery chains, are they hiking prices? Are they really sticking it to the consumer to make extra profits? Who is really to blame here? Is it inflation? Is it is it the corporation? Is it the grocer? Or is it everybody? I do believe that there are some companies out there definitely taking advantage of the situation, and I hope that these people are held very, very accountable if they're caught doing this, because people are really, really suffering. And if there's price gouging going on anywhere, I hope that these companies are held accountable. I was at a store today and I was just looking at some cookies, and the box of cookies was literally almost the size of this phone. It was a little box of, or bag of Oreo cookies, whatever you want to call it. It was literally like, like that, like the width of my phone. And the price was not shrinking, but the bag, the package, definitely much smaller, while the price continues to increase. I couldn't believe how small this was. But looking at a candy bar now, how much smaller it is, yet it's $1.75. You're still seeing this shrinkflation taking place. People are paying more, they're getting less. I can't even eat cereal. I've quit eating cereal a long, long time ago because it's just not the type of cereal that I was eating 10 or 20 years ago. The food quality has definitely gone downhill without a doubt. Comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. Have you noticed the quality of food? Whether it's a cereal, maybe it's a cookie, maybe it's a bread, maybe it's a cracker, a candy bar. Have you noticed the quality of food that you're getting? You're paying more, you're getting less, and the taste, the quality of that food, there's something off. It's just not as good. It doesn't taste right. It's not the same. The quality has gone way down. Have you noticed the same thing? Let me know if you have. Another one from The Hedge. California drivers led the U.S. in road rage study finds. No surprise. No surprise at all. Over the years, I've been in a handful of situations myself, and I'm embarrassed to even say that I even entertained these things. But I'm much wiser now, and definitely a much more responsible person. And I advise that you be the same way. Be more responsible, make better decisions. And maybe as we get older, we become more responsible. But I used to engage in some of these things with these people. Sometimes never starting it, but sometimes people would push the envelope a little bit, and I would engage in these matters. And again, not proud of that. It's actually embarrassing to even say that. But as you get older, maybe you get a little more responsible. You look at things a little bit differently. And so, I make better decisions in life now. And I hope that as all of you mature, as all of you grow, you're all making better decisions too. Missouri ranked number 2. That was pretty shocking. I believe, just reading this article, that we're going to see more road rage across America, more of these incidents. And I say that because of this. People are losing jobs. They're losing businesses. They're losing hope. They're losing their homes. They're losing families. And, there are people out there that have nothing left to lose. And these people really don't care. And so you don't know when you're driving, somebody cuts you off. Maybe you accidentally cut them off. Now they want to escalate the situation. I highly advise against this. It's not worth it. You don't know. Maybe this individual just found out that he's being evicted. Maybe he's losing his house. Maybe he lost his job today. Maybe he just went through a divorce. Maybe lost his kids. You don't know what people are dealing with, but they're dealing with a lot more today than they were a few years ago. That is for sure. And you're going to see an escalation of road rage, of violence. And I highly advise that you just drive away from this, ignore it at all costs. there's really nothing to gain here. You're dealing with people now that have nothing to lose. And if you have something to lose, see, this is it. When you figure out that, hey, you have something to lose, why risk it over some bozo, some lunatic, or somebody who's just really got nothing to lose? It's not worth it. So walk away. Best way to win the confrontation is to walk away, drive away, and forget about it. There's nothing to win here, ladies and gentlemen. So stay away. There's just no use in just escalating a situation like this. I want to finish with this last one. This was really, actually I got a couple more. Red Rock Casino, Las Vegas. Now, I don't go to Vegas a lot. I don't drink. I really don't party. I don't gamble. So really no use for me to go to Vegas. Every once in a while, if I maybe want to do, back in the day, I would do a little bit of shopping. I used to like to go to the Forum. I used to like the food in Vegas, but it's so expensive now that to me, it's just not even worth it. So, again, I don't drink. I don't party. I don't gamble. So Vegas really, isn't for me. But the times I have been in Vegas, one place I used to like that was actually, about 15 minutes out of Vegas, was a casino called Red Rock. Really beautiful property, beautiful pool, just had a really nice vibe to it. And last night, Saturday morning, 1:30 in the morning, and here we are Saturday. This is now Saturday late afternoon, but this early morning, 1:30 a.m. Saturday, 2 stabbed at Red Rock Casino in Las Vegas. The security did use a pew-pew, and the suspect is in critical condition. One of the victims who was stabbed by this person is also in critical condition. The other one is going to be okay. But I bring this up because here you are, maybe you're gambling, maybe you're out partying in Vegas, not a care in the world, 1:30 in the morning. And, this can happen. We are seeing more and more of this. And I just want to remind everybody, no matter where you're at, be prepared. Use situational awareness. Know your environment. Know that if something happens, that you have an exit, that you have a plan. No matter where you're at, you could be at a beautiful casino like Red Rock. You could be at a nice restaurant. You could be you could be at a fast food restaurant. You could be at the mall. Always have a plan in the back of your head that if something happens, I know where the exits are. You got to have a plan, because how many people at the Red Rock this morning, and I'm sure it was pretty busy at 1:30 in the morning, how many of those people had a plan when this maniac just pulled a blade out and started going to town on people? Very, very scary stuff. And it's another reminder that you can be anywhere. You can be anywhere and something can happen. So, make sure that you continue working on your skill sets. Very, very important. I'll finish with this last one from the Hedge. Lindsey Graham pushes senators to commit to war on Iran if Israel attacked. Look, these wars are escalating, and when we have people like Lindsey Graham putting more fuel on the fire, more gas on the fire, this guy cannot wait to send your kids to war. This guy absolutely amazes me. This guy is such a warmonger, a war hawk, and I would love to ask Lindsey Graham, who's going to pay for all this? Yeah, great. You want to send everybody's kid over there? You're not going, but you're willing to send everybody's kids over there. But on top of that, you want us, the taxpayer, to flip the bill for all these wars. These people are lunatics that we're just going to go to war with Iran if Israel is attacked, and putting that out there. I'm completely against war. I don't want to see anything happen to Israel. I don't want to go to war with Iran. I wish people like Lindsey Graham and these politicians would stop putting this out there and escalating these situations and wanting to send your kids to war and having the taxpayer have to spend billions, if not trillions of dollars on these wars that we get absolutely nothing from. And we become enemies with the entire world. So let me know your thoughts on this. This guy, he can't wait to go to war with Russia. He can't wait to go to war with China. He can't wait to go to war with Iran. This guy is writing checks he cannot cash. He has no idea what he is doing by making these kind of threats. And he really needs to be careful because he's putting America in a very compromised position. And he could be putting your kids in a very compromised position. I don't like war because it's people like this that get rich. It's corporations that get rich. And the world hates us. And we go deeper and deeper into debt as a country. And all of us pay for this through our taxes. And I don't know about you, I'm paying way too much in taxes. And I certainly don't want it going over to the Middle East. I'd rather see it fixing things here in America. I'm going to leave it there today. I don't want to rant. Please comment down below on anything you want to comment on. And also, please make sure to like this video and share this video and all my videos. You have permission to share my videos everywhere. Have a wonderful weekend. Please continue to prepare, and please, most of all, be safe and be walking close to God. God bless all of you. God bless America.